funniest thing about Kate Middleton missing is really reminding me of the multiple times I've gone on a social media cleanse. Like, in my mind, this is how y'all be on here talking about me. Like, where is he? Did he get a BBL?
That is how I also imagine my friends feel when I don't post on a given day. And this is what you need to know. Where in the world is Kate Middleton? Was Miley Cyrus's freedom anthem Flowers the song of the year? Which lyrics moved you the most in 2023? And who do you want to see at the iHeartRadio Music Awards take away the trophies? We've got all this and more on today's Need to Know. What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Emily Curl, coming to you live from iHeartRadio headquarters in New York City. And we are super excited to be here with you today as we count down to the iHeartRadio Music Awards, coming to you live on April 1st. I'll be hosting all the action on the carpet live, along with my co-hosts, iHeartRadio's Tanya Rad and EJ. It's going to be so fun and chaotic and filled with your favorite artists and amazing fashion. And speaking of fashionable, today we have a special guest, my friend and fellow iHeart host, Dramos is here. Can we make some noise for Dramos joining our show?
Thank you.
Dramos, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, inviting me into your little Twitch home over here.
Okay, and we have so many amazing, we have a lot of things we're going to talk about,
yes,
but we
so
also
much.
have a lot of people in our chat already.
Yes.
So let's say hi to some people.
Okay.
First off, first-time chatter, Zigzags22 says, DJ Dramos.
Wow, thank you. I want to know who Zigzags is, man. Know them by name? I don't know. It might be my mom, honestly.
I love that. Producer Chick says, Dramos. Look, you got fans already.
Wow.
Newish wants to know what we need to know. Pig Whispers says, what do we need to know him? Hi, Pig Whispers. I miss you. Beto is a fan of your podcast.
Oh, thank you, Beto. I appreciate you.
Tell our audience about your podcast really quick.
Yeah, I have a podcast with iHeartRadio called Life as a Gringo, kind of talking about the Latin American experience kind of existing in the gray area. So that's my podcast.
That's awesome. Okay,
Thank
Beto said, it's your girl, Emily Curl. Love you, Beto. iHeartRadio says, welcome, Dramos. Okay, and then we have people already getting into what we talked about and what we teased in the opening. So are we ready to talk about, I think, one of the most widespread topics on the internet right now?
Yeah.
Where is Kate Middleton? Okay, so let's go back for a second, because Kate Middleton has found herself the subject of some of the widespread and now wildest conspiracy theories after seemingly disappearing to have a planned abdominal surgery in mid-January. Now, okay, we knew this was happening, but then fans began to speculate when we hadn't seen the princess in months. So let me take you through the back timeline. And by the way, Dramos, have you been following this?
Unfortunately, I have been following. I cannot get away from it. I hate myself for it, but I'm way too invested in it right now.
John says Dramos, by the way. And then John also says, people have asked me what I think about this Kate thing. And I always say, I'm making my business stay out of rich white people business.
Facts.
Hey, Roger says, woo, Dramos. Let's go, Dramos. Okay, I'm loving the love. Okay, let's talk about Kate for a second, because the first time that we saw her was a photo of her driving around with her mother, and then the speculation began. That was the first photo we saw. This one, where people are like, okay, is this Kate? Where is she at? Is she okay? So in March, Kensington Palace reissues a statement saying, no worries, Kate is all good. We'd let you guys know. But again, no one has seen her. So then things start getting weird, okay? The mania reached a full new level when Kensington Palace released a manipulated photo. And we have that photo here. And this is the photo I feel like that we all saw on the internet. Let me ask you guys a question, because when I first saw this, I was a little confused of what like the drama was.
Yeah.
Would you have initially realized that this photo was edited?
Yeah, this looks like the stock photo in a picture frame at like Target. So I want to know like who
You're
thought
so
that, like
right.
this is going to clarify everything. It's going to put all the rumors to rest. This photo. Who is the genius behind that? That's what I want to know.
The weirdest part of this photo to me is, I'm sure we've all looked at it by now,
Yeah.
is how interesting we see all of the kids at
Yeah.
some capacity, their fingers are crossed and they're in very unnatural positions.
Ooh, that's a good observation.
And so I was talking about this even with our producer. I was like, I feel like this is also a sign to a larger level. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm really reading into conspiracies of like, are they in on it? Are the kids okay? Why are we like crossing it? That seems to me like there's something that's like dishonest about the photo already.
It's very reminiscent. Remember when like Britney, well, she still does this, but was posting those crazy dance videos, but like people were saying there was like stuff she was doing to like showcase that she was being held against her will.
Yeah,
I
once
feel
you
like-
brought out the knives, that was a whole different conversation. You're right. That was a whole different thing. So this was interesting. Did you guys, okay, we have our whole Twitch crew here.
Yeah.
Did you guys as well notice this photo when it first came out that something was wrong? Nick's nodding his head yes. And I was like, of course, okay.
At first glance, I didn't, but obviously everyone was like making such a big deal about it. I do think like once you start to look at it closely, you're like,
Yeah, exactly. Because when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, this is like obviously like a nice edited photo.
Yeah.
What's interesting is Kate the next day, obviously because this is taken over, these giant like photo companies retract the photo. Kate issues an apology, and she's basically like, listen, like some people, I'm an amateur photographer and I experiment with editing, and it's like, are you in Facetune manipulating? Like, it's the most bizarre thing. But the internet sleuths have also found out that she's actually a longtime photographer. That this is not a new hobby for her. She's done this forever. She's been in photography clubs all throughout her schooling. That like she's been a photographer forever. So they're like, wait, did Kate actually even do this?
She needs to.
I really think Princess of Wales is actually
Editing
Her
her
own
own
photographer.
and editing her own photos.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Like, okay, so then that was the big sign. Meanwhile, all this is happening comes at a time when King Charles has announced his cancer diagnosis. And he's also made a few public appearances since then. So he's been out and about. So again, a lot of like attention and eyes are on Kensington Palace. So again, after we see the photo released, the apologies issued, we see a photo of Kate and William in a car. But what I want to draw attention to in this next photo is, Dramas, have you seen this photo?
I have not seen this photo, but
Does anything strike you as weird in this photo, just off first glance?
her looking away from him.
Okay,
is like, it's actually giving me like PTSD of like when you're in a fight with your significant other, but you're trying to play cool in the back of the Uber, so you're just kind of not looking at each other. So that's the vibe.
Oh my God, when you avoid eye contact, you know it's going to be a blowout
Oh
fight.
yeah. And you just don't want to look at each other. You don't want to make the guy uncomfortable who's
And
driving
why
the car.
do you have the worst fights in the back of an Uber?
Right.
I swear, every time I get an Uber and I'm a little heated, I'm going to have a fight with him.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, something about the Ubers.
Okay, I'm curious for you all watching too, what you think, if you notice anything off first glance, because I didn't notice this, but again, back to the internet, you cannot get anything past everyone on Reddit.
Yeah.
If you notice the back of in the window, the bricks in the back, and then look at the bricks outside of the car, they're not the same type of bricks. Pig Whispers says, why are those bricks different? Thank you, Pig Whispers. He caught on. So people are saying that this is also a photoshopped image. Do you see that? Because now look at the bricks in the side and the bricks on top.
I get that, but also of all the photos to Photoshop, why would it be this one where they just look like they hate each other? Like why would you want to post that photo to Photoshop that one? I'd rather have them like making out in the back of the car. Then that makes sense.
Okay, so could you imagine? I would be more interested in the makeout.
Right, I mean,
to see them making out. Okay, so you don't think this doesn't strike you as too weird, this photo? You think this is real?
I think it's weird, but like of all the ones to Photoshop, that just seems like a weird photo like to have. I don't know. That's
okay,
what gets
Katie
me.
Sherman says this is too freaky. The whole conspiracy theorist win this time. This is interesting because those bricks are not the same. I think this is also photoshopped as well. I think something is weird there. So it gets even weirder is we just in the last like 48 hours we see this video of Kate and William in Windsor and they're out walking around. Someone captured this video. We're gonna play the video of William and Kate walking. It seems like they're just running to get groceries. Dramas, what are your first thoughts on this video?
I think it's her.
You think this is Kate?
I think this is Kate, but it feels like a setup to just kind of like appease the conversation. I do think it's actually her, but it does feel very like forced, especially with some of the TikTok sleuths talking about how they don't usually photograph them out and about, like running their normal errands out of respect. So I think this was like a forced, sort of video to make us all stop talking about this.
Pig Whisper says that ain't Kate. I kind of agree. Nunu says with no security. A. Roger says looks at their doppelgangers again. Katie said, did anyone hear the theory that this is an old video? Wait, I haven't. This is new.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Wow.
Well, I have not heard this theory. How can we tell? I'm like looking for like a clock. This is interesting to me because I think Nick was saying, right, that this is a community where they like actually spend their time, right? That this is like so Nick made a good point that they're used to walking without security, without cameras in this very comfortable village because this is where they spend a lot of their time. Is that correct, Nick? That was another layer to it.
That's possible, sure.
So people are saying, again, going back to the security question, something about it being a Christmas market. Wait a second.
I've got a new conspiracy theory because Nick sounds really shaky right now.
Yeah.
He was all confident before we got live, but now it seems like, well, okay, I was saying the royal family got in your ear, and now you're a little shaky about divulging things.
Okay, it went back to us. I was like, wait, where's Kate? I'm like, wait a second. Here's what I think is interesting too is, first of all, that doesn't look like Kate to me.
Okay.
It doesn't look like Kate to me, and it doesn't look like the Kate that we normally see. Like, I think
What does that mean, though?
Kate has made like her entire presence on being like very polished and put together. And can you think of any times that you've seen Kate in like a tracksuit and tennis shoes. Like I've never ever seen Kate in this capacity.
No, but I think about myself, and I leave the house incredibly disheveled on the weekend. So I'm like, you know what? She's got to take a day off.
But
at
here's
some
the
point.
thing: people haven't seen you in 3 months, and you leave the house. Don't you think you would think a little bit more? Like you would think
Depends on
about
the day
it.
of the
like,
week. Yeah, honestly,
You're like,
if,
listen.
if I'm going to Trader Joe's, you're getting me at my worst.
But
okay?
also
I'm
on the
sorry.
opposite end of that is like maybe this really is Kate, and maybe she actually does want her privacy, and this is her fully stripped back and just being, listen, I had this surgery and now I'm finally out, but like I'm not going to be the same, bringing the same Kate and the same energy. So I could see that side of it where it's like we've always seen Kate in some capacity that now she's sort of taking a moment to be like, I don't owe you guys anything. I had this surgery, so now like let me just have this moment.
That's what
in
I'm
a
saying.
safe space.
Yeah, if you're at a farmer's market, you want to be comfortable, you know, you're walking around a bunch. That looks like a farmer's market outfit to me.
And like maybe they have been at the farmer's market before, but hasn't been this much scrutiny and eyes on them, so no
Sure.
one's thought to document it in this way.
Exactly.
So that could also be a real possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think it's her though. I don't think it's her. And so it's so funny. So this was just happened this morning. Well, actually, let's go back for a second because Celebs didn't weigh in. Andy Cohen says that that's not Kate. So he commented and he said that Kate. And then you know it's big when Kim Kardashian said, on my way to go find Kate. That was her most recent post. If Kim's getting involved, things are heating up.
It's getting real.
It's happening.
I like also though. Pig Whispers thinks that Nick is on the royal payroll now. By the way, so let's just.
Nick is like, yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be easier to confirm that she's out and about than a video from far away that's a 9-second video? Couldn't you do something else like that's more clear?
Any,
Right?
Anything.
like,
Yeah.
like a video post
Saying,
or
hey.
a press conference.
That's why not post a video? Something where you can see her live talking like.
That's
But-
why it's suspicious.
But but also like we don't know who's running their PR. Like we're in a weird.
yeah, we do.
Oh, do we? Oh, do we have inside information?
I mean,
It's Nick.
It's Nick. But we don't in like a digital era. I feel like old organizations like this are trying to figure out how to like come with the times properly. So like in their mind, it's like let's just release some paparazzi video and that's gonna appease everybody. And I don't know that the TikTok
Okay, that's
era
an
is just
interesting.
like
That's an
such
interesting
savages.
thought that they're just like a little bit behind, so they think like
Yeah.
let's leak a little something.
right.
But it would be like saying it would be so easy to dispel these rumors, but why have they not? Like, why are
Right.
we
that's-
still all
I
in
think
limbo?
That's more of the question.
Yes.
And I think it's because there are a lot of possibilities, but I think it's because Kate is not cooperating.
Kate is not
Mm.
cooperating. Why is Kate not cooperating? Again, our correspondent Nick is here.
Live from
Okay,
the UK.
so actually, here's an extra added layer. I mean, people are really thinking about these conspiracies. An extra added layer is that Prince William has had an affair, and that there is actually another woman involved. And so Nick, kind of give us again. I know you keep joking about Nick, but Nick, give us a little bit rundown. So Nick, it's what here's what we think, that it's her best friend potentially.
Yeah, and that he already had a kid with her anyway.
Jon Snow! There's a Jon Snow involved.
And I think he cheated on her with her best friend, and now she doesn't want anything to do with him, and the royal family's freaking out.
Oh, did we get a? Oh, wait, we got a. Oh, there we go. Okay. iHeart just blocked something that was crazy. I was like, wait, what's happening? A side bitch making you spiral stand up. That's a new newish says. Okay, Katie says, is it confirmed that he had an affair or just speculation? I think this is all just speculation that has all come out recently. So of course nothing is confirmed yet, and nothing. Yeah, so we're just like speculating what people are saying. But yeah, going back to what Ina said is. Kate is obviously not cooperating in this. If they're having to bring out body doubles or, making her scene, or there's no videos, or that's like the random photo that's been photoshopped, it seems to me like Kate wants to make a stand against something. What could that be? Because she's always played ball with the royal family up until now. So what is suddenly stopping her from being like, I'm outside? And is the abdominal surgery real?
What if she had an affair? Why does he have to be the one who has an affair? Is what I want to throw out there as well. What if she's pregnant by a side dude? Why does it have to be him at the end of the day?
Okay, that's
I feel like we gotta broaden our horizons
we're
a
gonna
little
really,
bit, right?
whoa.
We're just tossing this poor guy under the bus for no reason. I just want to throw that out there, okay? I feel like I gotta step in a little bit.
That's like 10 years.
Okay,
What?
so this has been a long-standing rumor that he's had an affair.
Yeah.
We've seen The Crown.
All right.
I
tried. Sorry.
I also want to add to that Heidi Agan, I believe that's how I say it. This is actually Kate's body double. had come out this morning and released a statement that said there's obviously been some speculation about whether it was Kate and William in that footage and stills. In fact, my own social media has gone crazy as people think it is me, but I know it's not. I was at work at the time, so I know it's not me. I 100% believe that Kate Middleton and William in that video.
And what you can't see in that comment is the English Royal Service standing just outside of
Right? That's the thing is like, and I feel like there's probably multiple body doubles, don't you think? There's probably.
There are. That's been the longest standing tradition since the 17th century with the royal families, is that they have doppelgangers that they use for various purposes, including probably something like this.
Yeah.
That's not a very fantastical fact. That's
Right.
Like,
Monarchies do
yeah,
all the time.
all the time.
Did she say she was at work?
Yeah, she said she was at work.
What
oh
did
my
she
God.
do?
Wait, her work. Wait a second.
Is body doubling.
Right. So what was she doing?
She was like, I was doing another commercial for Kate.
Right. Like,
Really,
she's not. She can't like have another job, right? You can't look like
Yeah.
like Kate working at Starbucks or something. And
That's
like, go
so
back to life.
interesting. Okay, so Newish made a good point, and I actually saw this today too. Did you see that people have been trying to access her hospital records? So people are reaching out to the hospital where she had her planned abdominal surgery to be like, did she ever even have this surgery? Which again, it's kind of wild that we're all digging so deep into this and like that we're accessing her medical records, not believing her. But I kind of feel like we're all pushed to this point of like, wait, because now it's kind of like, is Kate okay?
Right.
Like, where is Kate?
What if Drama's theory? What if she was the one that was pregnant?
See, I feel like I'm onto
They made
something.
her-
Yeah.
the one that
Ooh.
wins.
Holy shit. No, again, the conspiracy theories are running wild. Katie says, I feel like the medical records thing is too far. Amanda says, I agree. Watch The Crown. It says it all. I really feel like this is like history is repeating itself. iHeart says like HIPAA. At this point, I feel like all rules are thrown out. So so I guess where we've all like the last thing we've all been on is that video. And then the body double coming out. So, like, I think things are still evolving, still happening, still on the internet. So no one actually knows what's going on.
Can we pull up the family picture again? I'm more concerned. There's one of all the things, right? I know we're worried about Kate, but that one kid looks like he is just out here. The one with the fingers crossed, gripping.
Why is he like this?
Yeah, is that kid okay? Can we check on that kid? The photoshopped one, the one that was
Here's
like
the thing. That's not a normal way to rest your hand.
Nothing about that photo. Nobody smiles like that. Nobody's crossing their fingers. Nobody's gripping for dear life on the side of a chair.
And to get 3 kids to like, my sister has 2 kids.
Look at that kid on the left in the green. Do not tell me he's not being held against his will.
Look
him.
at his fingers. Why are they crossed like
That's
that?
what I'm saying. Can we check on him? Do you even know his name?
Sure. And Louis.
Louis? That's
That's Louis.
Louis? We need to check on Louis because look how he's gripping like the side of the chair and the fingers, and that smile is just not even a smile.
The fact that all of their fingers are crossed, I'm sorry, I still stand by that. I think that is the most bizarre thing
Maybe
ever.
It's a signal to the Illuminati.
I think it is.
It's
I think in
something,
some
though.
ways it's something. So anyways, we'll be following along on this story. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's your final thought? Do you think that was really Kate in that video? Do you think she's okay? Is this all in her part of the
I'm going to stick with my bro code answer and just say that wasn't her. And I'm going to change it now. That wasn't her. She's pregnant and she stepped out on the poor
Oh my
yeah.
God, drama is
I'm
stirring
going
the
left.
pot.
I'm going left here, yeah.
Okay, my theory is that she's being held against her will and Kim Kardashian is going to save her. Along with Nick is in the passenger seat, and he's trying talking with that.
knows something. He's hiding something from us. That's also my theory.
So we'll report back because we'll be. I feel like this is going to be one of those stories that's going to stretch out for a long time. I see a movie happening, a documentary. I mean, I
see
feel
it
like
all.
we'll be in this for a while. But we have another big thing that we've got to talk about, and something that we're really excited here at iHeart. Our iHeartRadio Music Awards. It's happening. It's back. It's our 12th annual iHeartRadio Music Awards, Monday, April 1st at 8/7 Central on Fox. We have some big moments. We have some live performers: Justin Timberlake, Green Day, TLC, Jelly Roll, Lainey Wilson, Tate McRae, and Icon Award recipient Cher. Which bow down to Cher. I mean, such a great. Are you excited for these performances, Dramas? How do you feel?
I feel like TLC and Green Day, that's just legendary right there. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So we have some big moments. Obviously, we're going to be hosting the red carpet. I'll be on the red carpet. I'm so excited. This is my 4th year doing it. And when I say it is the most fun, chaotic, wild event. I mean, you get celebs left and right. You never know who you're going to see. Influencers, reality stars, music artists, other celebs. And it's the coolest thing ever. So we'll be on Twitch, iHeartRadio, our iHeartRadio YouTube, and Facebook. So live from the carpet, 2:30 Pacific time, 5:30 Eastern time. So you do not want to miss that before the big show is on at 8. we have some big announcements happening tomorrow. Don't say anything because I'm scared we're going to spoil the surprise.
We've been told many times, do not mention this, so.
But I just want y'all to know that, like, when I say huge surprises, your mind is going to be blown.
I'm trying
Don't
to.
say anything, Thomas.
I
I'm
can't even
scared
react
for us.
because I feel like give it away.
I'm scared for us.
Yeah.
So we also, I thought it'd be fun to go through, like we said, we touched on some performances, to go through some categories that we have, and maybe do some predictions, Drama.
Okay.
Like we can gamify it a bit.
I love it.
And then also for everyone watching, I want to hear your thoughts and your predictions as we go through this as well. I wanted to say one other thing before. No, I think we hit it all. Okay, so are we ready for some categories, some predictions?
Yeah, let's do this.
This is what I was going to say. So we're going to be giving away 6 awards in the show. So we're going to go through some of our big awards, and then we'll do some on the carpet as well. Caitlin says that's, spoiler, it's Princess Kate. Kate says that's Duchess to you.
Wow, can you imagine? iHeart needs to get on that.
Oh my God. If Kate makes a red carpet appearance, can you imagine that's our big surprise?
Amazing.
Found,
Do we have that kind of juice? I don't know.
We found Kate and she's coming to the award show. Her first appearance.
That'd be amazing.
That would be epic. Okay, so let's start with our first category, and this is a big one. This is Song of the Year. Calm Down, Rema and Selena Gomez, Cruel Summer, Taylor Swift, Dance the Night, Dua Lipa, Fast Car, Creepin', Metro Boomin' with The Weeknd and 21 Savage, Kill Bill with SZA, Flowers, Miley Cyrus, Last Night, Morgan Wallen, Painted Town Red, Doja Cat, Vampire, Olivia Rodrigo. Whew, I'm out of breath. I was flying. Oh, now this is an interesting category because obviously one of the huge categories of the night, Song of the Year. So many of these songs we know and love.
Yes.
It's hard to pick just one song that represents this last year. So, Jamos, you're kicking us off. Our first category.
Hot seat. Okay.
What do you think?
I'm going to put on my DJ hat here, okay?
Okay.
And also, I apologize to our producers in advance. I'm changing my opinion right here on the spot.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm pulling an audible. Okay? I'm a wild card out here today, okay? Rema, Calm Down after some thoughts. As a DJ, I cannot get away from that song. It always goes off, so that has to be my pick. My other one was Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red for the same reason, but
Yeah.
I had to have an internal dialogue, and I think it's Rema.
Okay, because that was just, immediately when it starts playing, you automatically, that's one of the songs that just takes me back to like summer, being outside. Like it's just so burned in my mind. I love that song. It was everywhere.
Yeah, and you have no idea what's being said in half the song, but you're still vibing. That's how you know it's a good song.
You're still vibing.
You have no idea what's being said, but you are there jamming like your life depends on it.
Nua says Rema. Beto says go Dua Lipa. Oh, really,
Oh,
Beto?
okay.
Dua Lipa. Katie says give my girl SZA her flowers. I know. I know. I was tied. I was tied between SZA. So it was interesting. We had 2 separate things. I was tied between SZA and Miley Cyrus with Flowers.
Okay.
Here's what I think. I feel like the Miley Cyrus song just absolutely took over. Like Flowers was everywhere. People were singing along, in other words. And she won her very first Grammy this year for that song. So I just feel like it was such a huge moment. And we all knew like the Bruno Mars version. So I feel like it just was like to add an extra level, an extra layer to it. Like I feel like that was like people really loved it and gravitated towards it. So I think it's going to go to Miley Cyrus.
You know what I'm embarrassed about right now that I'm just going to confess on the live stream? I didn't even put the Bruno Mars thing together until just now.
Really?
I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, yeah.
Wait, because you know the ballad, the Bruno Mars ballad.
Yeah, no, now it all makes sense. I'm
Wait, did you
ashamed
guys
of
know that?
myself.
We all did that, right?
It's a nod.
A nod to
A
it.
nod. Yeah.
But yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't even make a correlation whatsoever, though. Like, this is the
Oh, yeah.
like female version.
If you dig into that though, and then
We're going to get Miley sued, is what you're saying? If we're let's not dig too
There's
deep.
a lot of real things happening on this
Yeah,
stream.
there's a lot of insiders in the room that I did not know.
We're this close to smelling something.
Built a house, watched it burn down. I mean, that's their house that burned in the Topanga Canyon fires. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of.
Wow.
How can you not celebrate though? I mean, it is a freedom anthem.
No, it is.
Like and it's like, not just women, but especially women. You hear that song, you're like,
And especially Miley going through such a public divorce. It's like we all know exactly what it's about. Yeah, like you were saying, the nods to the specificity.
yes, and so elegantly done in a great pop song.
And I feel like Miley is one of those, like, she is such like a timeless. I love, what I mean by that is I feel like Miley, I love the fashion style angle of it too. She does not conform to like specific trends or what things that are happening. Like she marches to the beat of her own drum. She does whatever she wants. She's in her own era, and then she influences like culture and creativity in that way, in my opinion, instead of adapting to it.
Yes.
And I've always really appreciated that about her.
Yeah, she's definitely like her own thing and doesn't care about what's happening around her. And honestly, it's like when I'm listening to it by myself, I know it's a good song because I'm not rushing to hear a Miley Cyrus song usually. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't driving home from like the club at like 2 a.m. like bopping along to this or something. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Artist of the Year.
Oh, okay.
Your answer surprised me with
Really?
this one. I did not expect this. So we have Drake, Jelly Roll, Luke Combs, Miley Cyrus, Morgan Wallen, Olivia Rodrigo, Shakira, SZA, Taylor Swift, Usher. Who'd you say, Dramos?
See,
and don't you change your answer anymore. I'm on to you.
I'm gonna preface this by this isn't like I gotta like a street cred I gotta protect a little bit. Okay, so I'm prefacing this by saying I just think there's only one answer and it's Taylor Swift, just because she has hijacked all of our lives whether we wanted it or not. Okay,
exactly.
That's it. I can't get away from her if I wanted to, and that's why she is Artist of the Year. I would love for to be able to say that Drake did that to me, but unfortunately, it's Taylor Swift, and no shade to her, but yeah.
It's the fan army taking over TikTok. It's the global record-breaking tour.
She took over the NFL. I mean, I can't get away from her there. Yeah.
She is. I'm with you that if you zoom out, it's it's going to Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But you know what? Can I give an honorable mention?
Ooh, okay.
I really feel like Usher had such an amazing year. And I do just want to say that. Usher performing at the Super Bowl.
Our producers do not seem to agree with your opinion here.
Love Usher.
Yeah, but the take.
But
you don't agree with the take?
Usher at a Super Bowl, he did his whole Las Vegas residency that was always on the internet. I think Usher had a really big year.
Don't let them shake you up. Stand 10 toes down on this one, okay? Your voice is cracking a little bit as you explain it.
I got that first laugh and I was like, huh. I will say though, but I think that's what a homer pick him. I'm sorry. I did say I agree with Thomas and said my first pick was Taylor. I just want to say I think Usher deserves Artist of the Year.
Can we please go ahead?
I honestly think if you look at this list.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I totally get what you're saying about Taylor Swift. But if the criteria you're using to judge Artist of the Year is an impactful different year and an amazing album, I don't see how you can't give it to SZA. She has been in the shadow of so many of her TDE brothers and has always been an amazing musician. And SOS has no skips and it's some amazing artistry. And it's just to come out and be not give up and be like this. Not only am I gonna hang, but I'm gonna put an album out that is poetic and music. So many good songs. And you listen to some songs on that album, and they could be country songs, they could be rock songs.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the sign of some just amazing music.
And the fact that she was the most nominated artist at the Grammys. Exactly. That says everything so well deserved.
I just don't see how you can't give it to SZA, but I understand everybody else's point.
I love the shade though. I don't see how you can make any other every other opinion stupid. I respect it, but I don't see how any intelligent person could ever come to any other conclusion other than SZA.
Usher deserves it. I'm stopping.
You're on an island by yourself over there.
New Chest is a New Jersey girlies forever. No, yeah. I completely agree. It's I feel like it really is SZA and Taylor are just such big years for both of them.
Yeah, I mean,
and Miley too. I don't know.
I will say,
you can't be disappointed with any.
There you go. It's a great job, iHeartRadio, with this category. You guys did a great job. I will say though, SZA is the soundtrack to every girl who's ever had her heart broken for some reason. And that she has a stranglehold.
It's about murder.
Yeah. Let's be real. In the back of that photo with Kate and William, she's listening to SZA.
Yeah. She got Kill Bill on her.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about best new hip hop artist.
Okay.
Because I know you love this too, this category. So
yeah.
Doechii, Ice Spice, Lola Brooke, Sexy Red, Young Nudie. Mm-hmm. Who do you have for this one, Dramos?
See, I feel like people might be slightly surprised by this one. And again, DJ Hat goes on. I have to say Sexy Red because it never fails. You have Rich Baby Daddy Gang with Drake. Yes. You have Ski. Anytime I play those records, months later, it goes off like it's a brand new song. And it's the high point of the night. And none of those other artists, as great as they are, have that same reaction. Even somebody like Ice Spice, who I feel like we see everywhere, and that's the sort of easy answer. It just doesn't have the same reaction. Her music's not connecting that same way for me as a DJ.
I feel like Sexy Red is so original where she's it's refreshing to she has very strong opinions and she's a very big personality where it's nice to have someone who feels like a big splash in the industry.
Yeah, she's very much so unapologetically herself, which is a beautiful thing.
Okay, I love that. I feel like my pick is
Okay.
Doechii. Pig Whispers agrees.
Okay.
Nunusha's sexy too. It's sexy
I
red.
agree, yeah.
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 Like, okay. I think it's a female rappers
Hmm.
could be sexy, like you could be glam, but it's like the raunchy, like really hood rat music.
Yes.
That everyone Drake gave her like a huge cosign.
Yeah.
Sexy red music is just something that a lot of people who really like enjoy like country, like southern rock, like really like raunchy music
Can like just
enjoy.
appreciate.
Yeah, and it's like left like the South, and it's like gone back to like a global scale, which is something that has not really happened that broadly in a really long time. So I personally really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good way to put that. And I love that. Yeah.
I think you gotta give an honorable mention though to Lula Brooke, who like hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's hard. Yeah, she really is.
Yeah.
Like, she can hang her. I think she could hold her own with any top rapper. Like and you just don't expect it.
The funniest part about her is we met her in person and she's 4'10". So not only can she hold her own with any rapper, she's so much smaller than she's, but yeah. And I also, like we said, I love Doechii. I want to talk about her for a second. We met her at the iHeartRadio Music Awards like she just had such a big year. And when I say she was one of the nicest celebs that I've ever spoken to on a carpet, because again, these are like really like wild moments that she took the time before we even started speaking and introduced herself and wanted to know my name. She's like, okay, it's Emily, right?
Oh, that's sweet.
And that always stuck with me. It's like, because it's hard to do and like in those environments, but she just is like someone that I just like, you can just tell it's like a star quality about her. And I just love her. And I love her style, the way she goes for it. Like she pushes boundaries with that. So I just wanted to give a little nod to her. But that's a good category.
No, it is. That's tough. And she is dope. I saw her at Jingle Ball in New York, and I was blown away by her.
It's
her
so
live
good,
show.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about, next up, we have our socially voted categories. This is super cool to me because if you guys don't know this or have never seen this before, iHeart does this every single year where we create these original categories that you, the fans, get to decide on. You get to vote and choose your favorites. They do different ones every single year. Some overlap because, again, they're so cool. So you can still vote up until Tuesday, March 26th. So we still have, what's that math? 6 days?
You're asking
We
the
have
wrong
5
person.
days.
Yeah.
What, 6, 5?
Somebody, anybody.
5 days.
Anybody.
5 days. You can go to iHeart. Math isn't my strong suit. Okay.
Good, nobody in this room either.
We already,
Everybody drew up like everybody's so opinionated until we have
we
to do a
don't
simple
know how
math
to count, but
equation.
we can tell you where Kate is.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so iHeartRadio.com/awards, you can vote. Some of my favorite categories. Let's start with, honestly, this is actually my favorite category. Favorite tour photographer, because we do not give enough attention to the people that are going around with these artists,
Yes.
capturing these moments, giving us the behind the scenes content that we want and need, and making it beautiful and so cool. And so we have all of them here. Like, again, you can see all the people like listed. Such epic talent. We've given this away a few times on the carpet. This is really fun. So, Dramos, who's your pick for this one?
All right, so I'm not gonna lie. I at first just picked based upon my own sort of Latinness, and I was just giving flowers to the person that had a Spanish last name, so that's what I went with. But Alfredo Flores. But then I actually checked out his Instagram, and I love his work. It's like super vintage and like grainy and almost like film type stuff. And he shot like not just Sabrina Carpenter, but I think Ariana Grande
That's the
and
thing.
Karol G.
He's a big name.
Yeah.
I think we were saying he did Justin Bieber stuff too. Like he's done like a ton of artists. He is so talented.
Yeah, so that's my pick. I think he's super dope. I love his style. I love just that grainy kind of like imperfect sort of photo that he does.
I think we also have to take a moment for Mason Poole, who's Beyonce's photographer.
Yeah.
Because everything that she puts out is just next level insane. Like, look at this.
Yes. Also, can you imagine how stressful it is to be Beyonce's like anything?
I don't think I'd ever sleep.
No, I would be so paranoid about
everything
doing
good?
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's perfection, but like I can imagine how tense it is and like the chain of command that goes through even you just like selecting a photo.
But even like to be like Beyonce's tour photographer, like you must just be on a next level. That must be the most affirming thing in the world to be like, wow, okay, like no imposter syndrome there. It's like, okay, I really am the best.
Yeah. There's no doubts in your mind. You got to ride high.
But don't you love this category?
Photos that were in all that amazing,
like the interstitials.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was wondering because when we saw Beyonce, like the thing I was so impressed by was the interstitials, the mini movies that she created.
So epic, and I believe he took the cover photo. You know, the silver horse. I think that was him as well.
Wait, okay. Nunush says Ravy B. I follow her on social for years, and her work is amazing. So Ravy B, I'm not as familiar, but she shoots for Adele.
Yeah, literally for years, like she's been like all over like at least like my socials. Like,
Oh, that's so cool.
Has really grown. I'm a huge fan of her work.
Okay, Amanda says Mason has my vote. Amanda's the biggest Beyonce fan, so I love that, Amanda. But isn't that a cool category? Don't you like that?
Yeah, that's got to be big. Are they going to be at the awards? They have to be, right?
Yeah, they come.
Okay,
a lot of
good.
them come. Yeah.
It's got to be big for them. They're like the unsung heroes that like you see walking around the shadows, but like are producing these amazing pieces.
And we
of content.
consume their content, all the time without knowing, because we're just excited to see it. But yeah, so I love that. Let's talk about TikTok Bop of the Year, because again, I feel like we're all on TikTok. We're hearing these songs. You and I both had the same answer for this one. So go ahead and tell us.
Is it for the same reason?
Let me just say that we submitted these separately, so we didn't know what the other one was picking.
Yes.
So for you guys watching, we have the TikTok Bop of the Year thrown up on the screen. Tell us who you think is going to win. Okay, so Dramos, who did you say for this one?
Tyler Water, I think, is the only right answer.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's so epic, and then the dance, the water bottles, everything about it. I'm like, it really took over.
Then the reactions to like the girls pranking their boyfriend to see if he turned around when she started playing it, like that, like it just created this entire movement that I think is amazing.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like it just had a whole life of its own that just kept going.
Wait, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Can I say I just want to give one special nod to "If We Ever Broke Up" by May Stevens.
Okay.
If we ever broke up, I don't know the lyrics, but I know that first line.
Yeah. I love how you said I don't know the lyrics, as if we all didn't catch it. She only said 3 words.
But that song, like that's the one. Abby, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Okay, that I'm trying to find one random. Someone knows. I feel like that's the one that, like, if I'm like in the shower, I'm like walking out. If I'm like doing anything, I'm like, if we ever broke up, but I don't know anything else. Anyways, that's not important. So give that to Tyler for sure.
Yeah, I think the
Get
chat.
him in the booth. Pig Whispers. I love when you troll the Twitch comments. I'm spitting. Okay, Nunu says tough water carried though. Yeah, A-Roger says Tyler. Yeah, she's had such a big year, so we're so excited for her. Let's talk about the Social Star Award. Now, this one's interesting because, again, this is like people that have connected with their fans in different ways that we see on socials. Alex Warren, David Kushner, Flyana Boss, Gracie Abrams, Jesse Murph, Megan Murphy, Natalie Jane, Noah Khan. This is a cool category because, again, we connect with artists in such a different way these days. So it's a whole nother way to appreciate that. Who did you have for this one, Dramos?
I gotta go with Noah Khan. I love the authenticity. I love that he is not like the traditional pop star, right? Visually, I'm not trying to call him ugly or anything, but he's just not he's not the traditional pop star, you know? He has his own look, if you will. But I love just how authentic he is, and like, I love there's a video he has where it's like him hyping up his like band before the show, and he's like calling them all out by name. He just seems like a normal dude who seems incredibly grateful for the year he's having, and I respect and love that.
Yes, and can I just say that I've been such a fan of him. Like, I like knew him like okay, I talk about him all the time. My obsession with Noah Khan. I knew him a long time ago, just like from some other. He did like when I first loved him. He did this collab one time with Julia Michaels, and I remember hearing his voice and being, oh, it's so different. Like, and I really liked his songwriting, and so I've kind of followed him, and then. He obviously had Stick Season that went so viral.
Yes.
And you're right. I appreciate his persona on socials because he's very much like very self-deprecating, is open about his anxiety and depression, is basically kind of like, how did you all get here? How did I get here?
Right.
What's happening? Yeah. He like has a sense of humor with all of it, but his music is so good. Yeah. I love Stick Season, the album. Like I was obsessed with him. So I agree.
Was that your answer?
Yeah, it was.
What is that?
No, it was my answer. We both had the same one. But I did pick a second option.
You love having these honorable mentions. That's not how this works. It's one winner and
Dramos,
that's it.
We picked the same one. I know. Like we,
but even when we have different answers, you're like, but also honorable mention. I just want to. I hope everybody has fun. That's that. You're being that person right now.
Everybody wins in my eyes. Everyone gets a trophy.
We don't have enough awards to give away. Okay.
I hope everybody has fun. That what's Travis? That really is my vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like you already know me. I also love Jessie Murph though.
Okay.
Do you know Jessie?
I don't think so. No.
She has this like she's from Alabama, but she has this like very intense like twang energy. But like she's done really cool collabs. Like so, I really like her. Megan Maroney is also really cool. And then Newish says Flyana Boss, which they did you saw their content where they do like the running and they were really creative, so I like them as well.
Yeah, I think they're all great at what they do. I think for me, just the Noah Khan is just refreshing because it's not like some shtick. It's not like some trending thing. It's just him being him, and that's what's really cool.
Exactly. Okay, we have 2 more categories to go. Favorite debut album.
Ooh.
So I'm curious for you guys at home. We're gonna throw up the graphics. You tell us. Now we had several ones on this one, but I almost chose the one that you're gonna.
Are you gonna change your answer?
You've been doing that. You're the king.
I did it one time.
You did it twice.
Did I? Can we check the room?
It's okay. I've had an honorable mention.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what is your favorite debut album?
Okay, I had to go with Ray, My 21st Century Blues. That song has like something for everybody. Again, even though it like issues on men the entire time, I still found myself like really just bopping to it.
So good.
And yeah, it's whatever energy you're on. There's like chill songs, there's like hyped up EDM type songs, there's more of like hip hop records. I just think it's really cool and was reminiscent. I don't want to put this on her, but was reminiscent of like the vibe I got from The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, where it was like. Ooh. It starts like with you. They're setting the scene. You're in like a jazz club, right? With like this interlude. Also, at the end, she like just goes on a tangent, thanking all the people who like supported her, and that like nobody does that. That was just amazing, and just like brutally honest lyrics and very vulnerable. I just thought it was just a cool record.
And I'm addicted to that remix of I'm 22, I'm in Paris, baby. I love that. Anyways, I'm gonna stop singing, but I can't think of the name of that song. But I love Ray, and Ray. We've actually had her in the office, and she is like so lovely. And had a really, really, I don't know how much you know about her story, but had a really like tough time getting into the industry and had some extremely bad experiences with some producers and working in the industry, and then basically created this album on her own and then put this album out, and people responded to it so well, and like her life has changed from there, but like it was not an easy come up for her. And I just appreciate that, and that she shared that story with us.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So I love her. So I completely agree.
Is
Infinite Love
answer,
says,
by the way?
Oh no, that's not my answer.
Okay.
But that was almost my answer.
I was gonna say, okay, good.
Infinite Love says, Jungkook has had a huge year so far.
That's true.
Totally with Golden, his album. A writer said I saw her live and she's amazing. I love country music, and so I just want to give a shout out to Megan Maroney.
Okay.
Do you know Megan?
I'm not familiar with Megan. I'm not a big country guy.
Okay, let me just do a quick shout out. So this is Megan. She has an album called Lucky, and what I really appreciate about Megan is are you a Casey Musgraves fan?
Yes, her I actually enjoy, yeah.
Okay, so Casey Musgraves, like when she first got started, like her first album was Same Trailer, Different Park, which I loved, and it was very much like very witty, a play on words of owning where you're from, but wanting to grow out of it, but still appreciating the roots. And it was like, again, just all very like satirical and funny and just very smart. And the first time I heard Lucky, I got this same sort of vibe where it's like Miranda Lambert meets Casey Musgraves. So Megan is going to blow up. She's going to be a huge star. But I just really appreciated the wordplay and the way that she did it. It just felt like so refreshing for the industry, and it felt so honest for country music. And so I love Megan. So this was my other pick. But I had to say, it was like Megan and Ray were right here.
Yeah, you sound a little shaky on the pick.
I couldn't decide, but I just want to give a shout to Megan. I actually think you'd like that album.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Let me send you like one or two.
Yeah, okay. We'll do a little test.
Now we're gonna go to best lyrics. And you kind of touched on this, so let's up our best lyrics graphics, and then I want to hear your thoughts.
My best one was No Condal Drunk. Yes, that is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I don't want to pull an M and just mumble random words.
I don't know why I've been singing this whole time without knowing any lyrics. I'm like, it's that song I love that I don't remember.
Right, but it's so like raw and vulnerable and honest, and I think from a male perspective, that's incredibly refreshing. We don't oftentimes hear men, especially that song, talking about heartbreak and just really like not wanting to let go of this person and all that comes along with that. I think that was really refreshing and really touching. Especially that line with the chorus, like, I'm not proud of all the punches that I've thrown in the name of someone I no longer know.
Whew.
Like, ooh.
Do we have those lyrics to throw up on screen? I think we do. You know what? I appreciate you saying that, because I feel like it's like, it's stigmatized sometimes when, like, for men to feel emotions or like, you know, or to like not feel emotions, but to feel those type of emotions where it's like, I can admit that like this hurt me, or like that I feel vulnerable or I'm in a raw place. And I think Noah is really good at that.
Yeah. I think we all have a little emo boy inside of us. We just gotta let it out.
We gotta let it out.
Ashamed, okay?
And Noah's spring the emo boy.
Yes, exactly. It's emo boy summer.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. Oh my god, it's always emo boy summer for me. I'm always slightly emo about something. My pick for this one. Yeah. Okay, New just give it to Billy. Perfect existential crisis music. I agree. I think this song, just in my mind, has felt overplayed. Where I'm like, if I had just heard it, I'd be like, yes, absolutely. But I think I'm like, okay, I know the song so well.
Yeah, I will say that song does put you in a mood.
It does.
I've been on the radio and like playing that song, and I'm just sitting in the studio by myself, upset about absolutely nothing at all, just because that song. Like, I don't know what that song does.
Oh my god, you really are having an emo voice.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm touched by this music in some sort of weird way. I'm like not going through any sort of heartbreak. Did you see Barbie? I did see Barbie. Yes. And
okay, so that scene, it's like.
Yeah, that might have been.
Take my hand.
That might have been, am I reliving the Barbie trauma? That might be what's happening right now.
Oh my God, we all are every day of the life without Barbie. Okay, so let's talk about my pick, which is I said Nonsense by Sabrina Carpenter, and hang with me on this, okay? I can hear Ina.
I love the menacing laugh from Ina when she doesn't agree with our picks.
Here's why I like. Here's why I like Nonsense. Okay, I'm about to convince everyone in the room. For this.
Okay.
Sabrina Carpenter's album, like no, the fact y'all are making me. Everyone stop making me laugh. Everyone's making me laugh.
You can't even get through it. Like you're just
because y'all are making me. I can hear you laughing, and it's making me laugh. Okay, here's why I think Sabrina Carpenter's song "Nonsense" should win this award. So Sabrina wrote this entire album, and I feel like no one gave it much weight because it was like right when like there were some other things happening with like the Olivia Rodrigo love triangle thing. This album is actually so good. She wrote it with Julia Michaels, who, in my opinion, is one of the best songwriters literally of our time.
Yes.
And J.P. Sachs. And you remember they've since broken up. So like it just was an interesting time. I feel like it was like all these like amazing lyricists together. So Nonsense was created with the three of them. So what Sabrina's done with this song is like she has this very specific chorus that she plays and that she sings. And so it's become this phenomenon where like for every single city, she changes the last 3 lines of the song. And it's normally like very raunchy. It's actually not, it's extremely raunchy. And so she changes it to like so it's this fun little nod to whatever city that you're in. And so people get so excited for this. And the reason why I like this is because like I like that she switches it up and it keeps it so original, literally every single city. But again, it's been a while since we've seen like such an interaction with fans and music and the song in this way that I feel like she's sort of taken this moment and spun it on its head of like, oh, what does the audience fan interaction mean for a song like this? And so that's kind of why I like it. I feel like I just hadn't seen this level of interaction in a song in a while.
So she like freestyles something special for every city.
And everyone gets like dead silent because they can't wait to hear the outro. They're filming it. They go viral. It's like her whole thing.
Interesting.
So I'm going to give you an example. So at our iHeartRadio Music Awards, this is what she did. So producer Dylan, do we have that video ready to go?
Santa's too excited, he came early. Jingle ball, you're so hot, I'm not worthy.
Yeah, it's very raunchy. It's very raunchy. And in fact, I like that one because that one actually made her laugh. I think she was kind of like, I can't believe I just said that. But yeah, so she does these things. I think it's cute. Did I change anyone's mind with that? What about in the chat? Anyone?
Can I address the elephant in the room? I'm sorry. I have to get this off my chest.
Please.
It's best lyrics, right? Is the category. So your favorite thing about it is that she changes the lyrics?
I think it's the creativity with best lyrics.
But it's supposed to be like the best written lyrics in the song, and your favorite thing is that she doesn't actually use the lyrics in the song.
She still sings the actual lyrics of the song. I just think it's creative and innovative. I think she's pushing the category forward.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that.
Okay, in fact, Dylan just threw up old Noah Khan songs. Okay, lyrics. Okay,
that's how bad this is crashing and burning. We had to go back to the Noah Khan one.
Okay, I also think I love the Dial Junk. I also like Tate McRae's Greedy. I think Greedy is so good that she wrote with Ryan Tedder.
Yes, Ryan Tedder's incredibly talented. It's a great pop record for sure.
And then again, what was I made for? Billie Eilish. Okay, so we have some good ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dramas, I feel like Big Whisper says we all need a friend that pumps you up like M does. Listen, I die for Sabrina Carpenter randomly. I didn't intend to, but I do.
Wait, what was the other take around the room? Did she convince anybody else that this was the?
No,
think about it a different way.
Oh,
really?
Wow. Okay.
Thank you, Abby.
Abby's a good friend. Look at that.
Even iHeartRadio trolled me and said the silence is deafening. iHeart, this is our Twitch show. How dare you do me like that? But you know what? I appreciate it. All right, I'm fine with a little competition.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out who wins those awards. But I feel like this is Beto says, shame that girl Drama. What's happening?
The chat has turned on you. What is happening?
Wow, what a journey we've all been on.
Yeah.
From Kate to Sabrina Carpenter. It's been a while. Dramas, what'd you think of your first iHeartRadio Twitch show for Need to Know?
It was amazing. I love it. I love the energy. I love the menacing laughs happening in the background. I think it's all been beautiful.
And can I just say, can we give a round of applause, please, for Dramos joining us this time?
Yeah.
And also for our entire crew back here, because I think we had some hot takes.
Yes.
We had some good takes.
Yes.
Okay, so before we go, let me just say, okay, I want to just give a moment. all my papers. Sorry, I actually have the prompter now. Don't forget to tune in live with me, your host, to our iHeartRadio Music Awards carpet right before the main show begins. You can join in on the fun on April 1st, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time on iHeartRadio's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch channels. And of course, stick around after our carpet to watch the main show at 8/7 Central on Fox. So we have a lot to look forward to. That's April 1st. I cannot wait to see you guys on the red carpet. It's going to be so epic. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to talk to Sabrina Carpenter. Get to have a moment with her, Noah Khan.
You guys will both appreciate the lyrics. It'll be good. It'll be a good moment. Can I give you guys a shout out, by the way?
Oh my God, please.
I actually have a request for what you guys do. I want more behind the scenes footage of you guys harassing celebrities into talking to you. I think that is the greatest thing on planet Earth, by the way. Because people don't know how this whole thing works. It is like crazy madness out there. So many different people that are trying to get interviews and do different things. And you and your team are so just in it. And I love it.
When
I love
I
it.
say it's like doing, I actually feel like when we wrap a red carpet, like Ina knows this,
Yeah.
John, Dylan, Abby, like we fully, like I feel like I ran a marathon.
Yeah.
I'm screaming. I'm saying anything I can to get them to speak to me. I'm going nuts. Like, it's fully like I feel the most feral on red carpets where I'm just like, I have to get these celebrities. It's wild.
Yeah.
You're right. We should do a whole series on that.
Forget Kate Middleton. I want to watch that reality show. I think that is so interesting. It's just a testament to all your guys' hard work.
Okay, well, next time we have you back, we'll recount the new Kate Middleton updates
Yes.
and then all of the BTS drama
Yes.
that's going on the carpet.
Please, we need it.
Well, Jarvis, thank you for being here. It's seriously so fun.
thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Thank you to everyone in our chat. Zigzags, Beto, Producer Chick, Pig Whispers, Nunuish, A. Rogers, Infinite Love. All of you guys, this has been such a great Twitch episode. Don't forget, if you haven't already, you better subscribe to Twitch because we are here every Tuesday. And next week, we have Black Twitter Report. Yes, we have Black Twitter Report on our iHeartRadio Twitch channel, so make sure you subscribe and tune into that. And we can't wait to see you next time. Dramos, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you later. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here.